Hello, anyone not still living in the 1970s. We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, we're here today with episode number 1 of a brand new series to the channel. It is going to be a College Hoops 2K8 Legacy Mode. I've had NCAA 08 for a while, NCAA Basketball 08 for a while, but I didn't really like the gameplay. So earlier this year, I got College Hoops 2K8 because I'd seen a couple other YouTubers doing series legacy modes on 2K8, and I was like, you know what? That gameplay looks better. And so I thought I would give it a try. Uh, like like I said earlier with the NBA My Player, I don't know a ton of how to play basketball games correctly. So if you're a big basketball fan, bear with me. I know the basics, but that's about it. And so I will be learning as I'm going. I'm starting on like the easiest difficulty, and then I'll work my way up as I get better playing it. So just bear with me for now. Here we've created our coach. We're looking at a team, and I wanted to take a team that is not very good, had never made the NCAA tournament, and try and build them up. And so I was looking at Northern Colorado right there. We're also going to look at Western Illinois, and I think maybe we look at Southern later. I don't really remember, but when I looked at Southern, they had been to the NCAA tournament already, so that was not really a team I would have wanted to have used. And so, like I say, just bear with me here. I'm going to probably not be good at all to start with. That's why I'm playing on the easiest difficulty, because I never really played a lot of like basketball video games. And when I did, I'm sure I was not playing them correctly because I don't know how to like call for a screen or call for a pick and roll or any of that stuff. I just run up and down the court and try and find someone open to shoot it. Which I'm sure is definitely not the great strategy to winning national championships every year. So just bear with me, it'll be a process. And I will be, as you can see, we did choose Northern Colorado, and now we're choosing assistants. Well, I'm not going to play every game. I figure I will play the major ones and then any postseason games we happen to participate in. So there will be a lot of simulation. That way you don't have to worry about seeing like 30 some episodes in one season. I'll probably do like a game or two a month. And so we'll get through seasons faster that way. I'm going to be playing on 10-minute halves. That seems like that would make the most sense for right now. If I need to go higher or lower, I can go higher or lower. But for right now, we're going to start with 10-minute halves. And there will be no game in this video. We're just going to sort of set up the schedule and do red shirting and all that fun stuff. Well, I'm actually excited. Like, I don't play a ton of like basketball games, and I don't even watch a lot of basketball, but I love postseason basketball. Like, the NCAA tournament is one of my favorite sporting events. It is so much, and I sit there and I will try and watch as many games as humanly possible. I never pick, I never really do a good job picking the bracket because I was always busy enough that I was never able to really pay attention during the season, so I don't know which teams are good. And so yeah, this is just gonna be something I'm all gonna learn as I go. If you're someone where you want to see a bunch of success right away and you want to see someone who really knows what they're doing, this is definitely not going to be the series for you. But I'm just doing this because I think it'll be fun. I do like college basketball. I just don't know a ton about it. Like I know the basics, and I know like how they're like screens and pick and rolls and whatnot. But I just don't know how to do it in this game. And so I guess if you're watching this and you have any tips for me, you can certainly go ahead and leave them in the comments. I will welcome any and all suggestions as to how to improve. And like I say, I'm starting on the easiest difficulty, but if it's like super easy, I'll bump it up as I feel it's getting too easy and I'm doing a lot better than I should be. But my goal for season one is not to make the NCAA tournament. My goal is just to, get close to playing around 500. Because I don't know if you saw, but like their schedule in the year before this game was made was like 4 and 27 or something. It's not good. So it's gonna be a long process to build and to improve, but we're definitely ready. As you can see, uh, my coach, we named him Christian Reynolds or Caleb Reynolds. I just made up a name. And then I went and focused on charisma and scouting, and so I'm trying to find coaches for assistants who are maybe going to try and stick with me for a while. And we did that, and so now we're going to go and run through our schedule here. As you can see, we are going to start with a tournament, and then we got Campbell, Denver, and Cal Poly all at home. Then we're at Bowling Green in Denver, home against Prairie View, and at UAB. Then we're at Portland, and we've got a Christmas Day game against UMBC. I'm not sure what school that is. There's like 400 of them, I think. I don't know, maybe not quite 400, but there's definitely over 300. It's crazy. And then we get into conference play with the home game against Sacramento State. We're at Northern Arizona. Home against Idaho State and Weber State. Home against Cal State Northridge. At Eastern Washington. At Portland State. Home against Montana State, Montana, and Northern Arizona. And then we got a bunch of road games. And so, yeah, I'm definitely excited for this series, and I hope you guys are too. I'm not going to show any recruiting right now. I'll kind of show that as I go, and in future videos after the games, we'll kind of see how recruiting's looking. But I went through it, and so I've had a couple prospects lined up. I'm just not going to be showing it in this video because I don't want a super long introduction video. I rambled on long enough as it is. Don't give me like 5, 6, 7 more minutes to just ramble about nothing important. But here we're simulating, and actually I was gonna get ready and we were gonna play VMI the first game of the tournament for episode number 2, but I accidentally simulated that. Like the recording doesn't catch it, but I accidentally advanced too far and simulated it. And so the first episode, as you can see, we're getting ready and going through redshirting. Here I'm looking for, it said something about like you got high potential or high development, and so I'm going to redshirt a sophomore who's got high development, high potential, and then after that just redshirt very much as many freshmen as I can. I'd like to be able to keep those guys for an extra year, especially if they're not really going to play that much, because I'll let the seniors play, and then once they go. So we're just going through redshirting freshmen, and the one thing I did do when I created this file was I turned off the players being able to leave early, because I don't want like freshmen all of a sudden just leaving. We wouldn't have had to have worried about it for a while, but like I'm thinking down the road, that way the recruits have to stay, and we'll get to play with once we get better players, we'll get to play with the better players longer than just like a year. Because I don't know, like you're always constantly trying to replace them. And I like it where in the series there's like players you get to know, and you like you end up liking them. Like in the Nebraska City dynasty, Jamal Gonzalez, he was a receiver I recruited, but I just really like recruiting players, and then they stay at the school and for more than like a year, and so you get to like feel like you almost like connect with them or something. But like I said, I was going to do VMI as the first game of the series, but I accidentally simulated too far, and so not going to be that game. But the game after that, so the second game of the tournament, not going to tell you if we lose or win in the simulation, but the second game of the tournament will be our first. Will be in the next episode. It'll be the first game of the first official game of the series. But that'll do it for me, and I'll see you guys next time, everyone. Have a great day.